Hello, and welcome back to the Gentle Healing Podcast. My name is Beth. I am your host and a certified emotion, body, and belief code practitioner. It's been a little while. I'm not sure when the last episode I released even was. I think maybe January. Maybe last month, I can't remember. Anyway, I've had a bit of a quiet period. Haven't been very inspired. Honestly, I've been a little bit in a cocoon. And finally, over the weekend, I shifted some things and I had some breakthroughs, if you will. And I finally feel a big renewed energy for my work. And so, something I realized, the name of this podcast, which you would have seen already, why helping people may not feel like your purpose. So, why I decided to talk about this is because if you're in this space, this healing, spiritual sort of space, you probably hear it all the time. This thing that if you just put serving others before you, it's all about serving others. You should serve others, look to serve others, help others, and then the universe or God will naturally reward you. And that is all well and great. Honestly, obviously, underneath it all, of course, I desire to help others. But because I heard this so often, and I feel this is especially true as women, unconsciously, I didn't realize until recently that I had made it another way to beat myself up. And there's kind of a couple of different areas of this I wanted to talk about today with you. But especially as women. But in this society, there's always a way, a reason to berate ourselves. And people pleasing is a very common thing. Fawning to people, caring what people think of us, wanting to please others, and especially as a feminine being, this is a trap we easily fall into. Always putting everyone before ourselves. And people pleasing was something that I had, worked through for a long time, and I honestly didn't really feel that I had, overcome a lot of it. I was becoming very good at putting myself before others in a way that felt authentic and true to me, where I wasn't sacrificing myself and what I desired and how I felt in the moment to please others. Doing things that I didn't want to do, saying yes when I meant no, etc. And I had come a really long way with that. And what I hadn't realized, another layer of this had been uncovered. Unconsciously, I had been playing this out. And in this work, as you hear all the time, I'm here to serve others. We're serving others, helping others. All different teachers talk about it, spiritually in this work and healing everything, if you just put others first, how can we serve others more, right? Give more than you take. And while that is all true, and honestly, if you're listening to the podcast, you are likely, on some level, you believe you're a good person. You are a good person. I mean, inherently, I believe everyone's a good person, but that's another topic for another day. But you are likely a good person, and you likely do want to help others. But when we make that the focus, as I was trying to do, business was a little slower, and I kept saying, and I even look back now and I noticed I was saying it to people, I just want to help others. I don't even care about money. I just want to help others. And unconsciously, I was trying to convince myself that this was the case. And when I look back now that I've had this kind of realization, I see that I'd been doing this for some time. And there are kind of two layers to this that I realize now. The first one that you probably we're all very familiar with, it's very hard to want to help others when you feel like you're in survival mode. That is just a very natural human thing. When you're living in survival mode in whatever capacity, whether it's like quite dire survival mode or unconsciously you're playing out some pattern that is, that has been obviously been programmed for you to survival on some level, you really struggle to put others first or to help others in the capacity that you wish. Like, of course, the work I do is naturally helping others, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't believe that. And obviously, a big part of why I got into this is I've always wanted to help others in some capacity in a way that feels fulfilling for me and that feels like, hey, shit, I'm making a difference to other people's lives. Of course, I've always wanted to do that. But I also enjoy lovely things. I also desire to make money. I also desire to live my life the way I want. I also desire to feel good and to wake up every morning jumping out of bed, not because I'm helping others, but because I love what I do and I love the process of what I'm doing and I enjoy it and it fulfills me and it challenges me and it really does. It makes me want to get out of bed in the morning. And what I hadn't realized is that I had tried so hard when business was a bit slow to convince myself, no, I just want to help others. I just want to help others. As like the main purpose, because people talk about this a lot, it's just like this deeper purpose of, helping others or whatever. And that's very noble and it's very humble and it's very, we love it. It looks good and people love you for it and like, oh my God, what a great person. Oh my God, you're such a lovely person. We see this in a positive light. Oh my God, he just wants to help others. Oh my God, you're doing such an amazing thing. Oh my God, you're helping so many lives. But underneath that, and this was a deeper layer that I hadn't seen because I'm very good at preaching to people, that I believe that when you're living authentically as who you are meant to be, who you were born to be, who you desire to be, what you love to do, when you're in your element, when you're really true and authentic, no matter what you're doing, that is going to be so much more helpful to others than doing something you believe is noble or you believe is the right thing to do, but inside you're internally dying and you hate life. Because people are going to feel that in your energy. The kind of person you're going to be, it's going to come off. And if you're unhappy and you're unfulfilled and you're unsatisfied, that energy radiates out into the world and it affects those around us, and then it has a ripple effect way more than we realize. So I'm a big, big advocate for this. Even if what you love doing is something that seems so far removed that doesn't quote unquote help people, or it seems like very selfish, or, something that like, well, how does this help, especially with everything that's going on in the world? This is so useless. No, it's not. You are going to be helping the world and helping others way more than you realize when you're lit up, when you're fulfilled, and when you're radiating joy and love, than staying in something that feels like the right thing to do. And you're angry or upset or just generally your energy is closed off. You're gonna, in small ways, every day, every single person you're interacting with is gonna feel that, and that ripples out very quickly. And so I'm a huge advocate of this, and that went off a little tangent, but the thing is, what I realized is that this deeper layer that I hadn't seen yet was that I was still unconsciously trying to people please in some way. I was still unconsciously trying to put others before me. And don't get me wrong, I love my work. And I knew that I did, and I searched for a long time, and I've done this dance for a long time where I feel unfulfilled and I'm wondering what my purpose is, and that's another topic as well. But I was just in this point, and I knew that this is, like, I love doing this. I love the work I do. I believe in it so deeply. It's so fulfilling. Yet I was just in a period where I just felt work was very slow. And I felt unappreciated. And I felt like no one really cared about what I did, and no one wanted to, come to me. And no one, not just clients, but friends and family. I felt like a burden. I felt like I just wanted to offer this to people. And I kept saying, I just want to help people. I literally went on a date and I literally said those words out loud. I just want to help people. I kind of cringe now when I think about that. Like, it was just in a conversation, but it just rings in my head. I'm like, oh my God. But I do want to help people. And I believe, as I said, if you're listening to this, you do want to help people. You're a good person. But when I was making that the focus, when I was in this slow period and I was feeling a bit unfulfilled and a bit bored and uninspired, and I kept coming back to this, I just want to help people. And I kept making it like this noble purpose. Like, this was my purpose. I wanted to help people. I wanted to serve people. I wanted to put that above everything else. But the energy that I kept noticing myself in that I just couldn't seem to shift was like, whenever a new client would come, someone would want help, I'd get really clamoury. I'd tighten up inside. And I'd be like, what are you doing? Because I was unconsciously still in this survival mechanism, because I wasn't in a period of thriving. And so it felt very difficult to, when I kept saying to myself, I just want to help people, I just want to help people, when I wasn't thriving myself, it felt very unauthentic and unreal to just say, I just want to help people, I just want to help people. I felt very unappreciated. I felt just, and what I didn't realize, again, back then, a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, is that this was very unhelpful. And it's that thing, you can't see what you can't see. You're blind to what you just can't see. It's just, it can be standing right in front of you, staring you in the face, but we're blind to our own shit. We don't realize it until we realize it. And you just don't see it, even though it's blatantly staring you in the face, until you see it and it clicks. And I'm sure we've all had this experience in this type of work, where it can be staring you in the face for months, and you don't see it until you see it. And then you're like, oh my God. And so I just couldn't shift this energy. Like, whenever clients would come, and I want to help them, of course, but I was not fulfilled. I was not feeling appreciated. I was feeling stressed and in survival mode. And so it felt very hard to come to my work from the energy of, I want to help people. And I wasn't enjoying the process either. And what clicked for me over the weekend, I was watching some training videos around my work, and something clicked, and I was shifting things, and I just realized I do love this process. And I'd also kind of come to this place where, because I felt like it's a vicious cycle, right? I felt very unappreciated, and I felt very underpaid, and I felt very, like in survival mode with money, and with how slow work was feeling. And just, that spirals into life, and feeling unsuccessful and all this stuff. And I completely lost my train of thought. And so it was very hard to even enjoy the process. And when I came back to this, and I kept procrastinating, even when I do sessions for clients, I kept procrastinating on them. I didn't even want to do them. I just felt so uninspired. And when I tapped into this energy of like, wait a sec, I actually fucking love this work. And the reason I do it isn't because I fucking want to help people. Like, that is a natural byproduct. And yes, of course, I love helping people, but that is not my purpose. That is not the reason that honestly, for me personally, and this is, if you're listening to this, it may be the same for you. And there's so much conditioning around, you need to the purpose is helping others, and a deeper purpose of serving others, and blah, 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 and you'll just get rewarded. But that wasn't enough for me. That is a natural byproduct. But that was still me putting others before myself. I want to jump out of bed every morning because I enjoy the process. I love my work. I love people coming to me with problems or issues. And I get to, tap into this source and kind of problem solve for what is causing this. How can I help this person? But not in a, oh, I just want to help everyone. It's a very self-sacrificing energy. It's a, oh my God, I just love the process of this so much. And it's so amazing that it helps people. And it's like a, ooh, so how can I, it's like a play. It's a fun. It's a problem-solving energy. It's a very, ooh, this challenges me. How can I come from this? Can I do it this way? Or how do I open my mind a little bit more to let this information in? Or, it's like a puzzle. I'm, even though the process is so second nature to me now, there's always more. And for some reason, when I started thinking about this, because when I was younger, I used to study engineering. So I've always had that kind of mind of I do love maths and science and, challenges and problem solving and these kind of things. And so it kind of, for some reason, I just kept being reminded of that. And this process is in many ways, obviously it's completely different, but it's very similar. And I started getting that very similar feeling of when you're trying to solve a problem in my engineering studies. And I don't know why, I just started getting that same feeling. And it's just this very, even though I never became an engineer, and honestly, it's not a job that I would ever want to have. I don't believe there was a reason why I left, why I didn't finish. But underneath that, it was that kind of problem solving, that, there's an issue and how can I kind of go around this? What angle can I look at this from? Maybe this angle or this angle. And when I started tapping back into that, and I finally left aside this stupid fucking bullshit story I was telling me, no, I just want to help people. And trying to make that my purpose, my deeper purpose, like it was some fucking humble thing, oh my God, people are going to love me if I just want to help them. It's so self-sacrificing, people-pleasing energy, which I didn't realize. And I left that behind and focused on actually what I love, which is actually that process of getting into the nitty-gritty and how can I solve this issue? What angle can I come at it? This is a new challenge each day or over months, or how can this isn't working to solve this person's issue, so how can I come from this way, and what else can I learn? And this thirst for learning and knowledge and having these challenges, and it's so, that excites me. And then I realized that shifted my entire energy of, I no longer felt unappreciated. Not because anything had changed in the physical, but because I didn't need that appreciation anymore. I didn't need that validation because I just love the process. And again, I don't care if it, quote unquote, helps people. Yes, of course, that is a natural byproduct of what I do. And I love that I can help people. It touches my heart. I love that. But when that is not the single focus, I felt very unappreciated. Because I was making that the validation, right? And when I shifted that whole energy, no, I actually do love this. And that is my purpose. It's because I love the process of this. I really love this method. I love this modality. And the fact that it can make such profound changes in my life and other people's lives. And when people relate that to me, of course, I love it. It makes my whole body tingle. When I can talk for hours about certain aspects of the psyche and different, illnesses and how they're caused in the body and all these little things, all these different things that imbalances cause and all these little pathways and all this stuff, that is so exciting. I love it. It's so amazing. That is really what I'm passionate about. And it's fucking amazing that I can make these incredible changes in people's lives. But that is not my purpose. That is not the purpose for me. That is a beautiful byproduct that I love, and it does make me fulfilled. But even without that, the process itself and the modality, the beauty and the simplicity, and just constantly learning more, that is what really excites me. That is what makes me, when I am riding my motorbike and my thing that I love more than anything in the world right now, I literally love riding my motorbike so much, and I'll be riding my motorbike and I'll be thinking, okay, actually, like, I really want to go home now and do work, which is a feeling I have not felt for so long. Maybe if ever, honestly. I mean, yeah, there's probably times. Like, that feeling was always under there, but I hadn't uncovered it. I still had too much shit on top of it. This conditioning of, no, I need to help people. I need to help people. I need to help people. Like, I need to want to help people. I need to be selfless. Okay, serving people should be above all else. And that's great. And it's noble, and it's a great cause. But when you're stuck in survival, it's really hard to genuinely feel that way. I mean, naturally, when you're stuck in survival, you know, if you're on a lifeboat and, you know, like, it's you and someone else that you don't know, or like whatever, like, naturally you're going to want to survive. You know, it's that natural competition of survival. Even if you're an incredible person, you want to survive. It's in our nature. And it's so hard to feel all these things. Like, of course you can, but like, does it make you fulfilled? Is it your everyday purpose? It's something that you're doing every single day. And I don't want you to take away from this episode that, like, you shouldn't help others, you shouldn't serve others. It's beautiful, and I love that aspect of it. It's more that when you make that kind of the soul thing, the purpose, when you try and make that your purpose, it is just, especially as women, another way that we can beat ourselves up. Another way that we can tell ourselves we're not doing enough. Another way we can self-sacrifice. Another way we can say, oh, well, it doesn't matter because, you know, as long as I've helped these people. It's all self-sacrificing. It's all this martyr energy. It's this people-pleasing energy. If you're listening to this, I am certain that you're a good person with a beautiful heart. And you are a good person and you want to help others. But you are allowed to do things you love. You're allowed to put yourself first. You're allowed to live your life the way you like, the way you love, the way you desire to live. And there were so many layers to this, honestly. Like, I had made a few changes in my business. I only wanted to offer email sessions. I didn't want in-person sessions anymore, and I felt so much guilt around this. And I had so many stories of, I'm not going to be able to help people. People won't want this. You know, I should put these people before. They want this way. I need to do this. And I put up my prices and so many things. And it was all, oh no, maybe it's too much. I'm helping people. But it comes back to that age-old saying of, you cannot help anyone if you can't help yourself. There's a reason why you were told in the plane to put on your own air mask before helping others. Because if you pass out, you can't help shit. You can't help anyone. You can't help yourself. You can't help your children. You can't help the elderly person next to you. You can't help that person over there. But once you've put on your mask, you put yourself first, but then you can go out and help 10 other people that couldn't help themselves. It feels selfish to put ourselves first and our joy and our happiness and our fulfillment and our desire and the way we want to live our lives. But the more we do that, the more naturally we will be able to help others. It won't feel like sacrifice. And people feel that energy whether you realize it or not. People feel that energy of, ugh, sure, I'll do it, but reluctantly. Even if you're out there going, yeah, I want to help you. But internally you're like, fuck, another fucking person to help. They feel that. Just because it is not written on your face or it's not in your words or the attitude you're using, it's in your energy field And whether they realize it consciously or unconsciously, they feel that. Everyone feels it. And whether it's not blatant like that, or it's literally blatant, like you accidentally go off at the person at the lights because you're already sacrificing so much and you just want to get home first, you know? When you don't feel like you're sacrificing yourself, it doesn't really feel like that big a deal to let someone in at the lights. But when you already feel like you've sacrificed yourself the whole fucking day, the whole fucking week, the last thing you want to do is let someone in the lights. I mean, fuck, I should be able to go first, right? For once. These are so small things, but like that energy is you're constantly carrying that into the world. And that has more impact and a bigger ripple effect than what we realize, what we see, what we feel. And so that's about all I wanted to say today. Is when you stop making helping others your purpose or serving others, and you come back to, okay, what fulfills me? What lights me up? That energy of helping and serving others will come as a natural byproduct of your joy, of your fulfillment. When you love your life, other people feel it. Other people feel that energy from you, and you can radiate that energy so easily. So, that's all for today's episode. That's really what has been on my mind, what I wanted to talk about. And it was a little bit all over the place, so I hope you got some key takeaways from it. And if you did, I'd always love to hear from you. You can comment on this episode if you're on Spotify, or you can reach out to me directly at beth@bemhealing.com. And if you'd like to work together, you can see everything I offer on my website at www.bemhealing.com. I offer emotion, body and belief code sessions via email. And yes, that is all for today. And I will see you on the next episode. Also, please do not forget to, if you like my podcast, if you love this podcast, if you do get something out of it, please, please, please help me out by, if you're on Spotify, literally just rating this 5 stars, or if you're on Apple Podcasts, leaving a 5-star review, even just a couple of words helps so much. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Oh my god, the next episode. Ciao, ciao.